Hello, friends. My name is Charmaine, and here at To a Child, we normally talk about spirituality and mental health and how they kind of work together. And on this episode, I have kind of a larger chicken update and things that I have to do with chickens that could be entertaining, might not be entertaining, but I thought I'd see if it is entertaining, and if it is, you're going to see it. So let's get to that chicken update. I have 4 chickens laying eggs now. Pepper, Banana, Symone, and Karma now started laying. Karma lays light blue eggs. Maybe I'll show those today too, since we will be in the kitchen in a minute. Francine, Sprinkles, Ghost, and Kiwi are not laying yet, but I suspect Kiwi will start laying real soon. Fingers crossed the 4 more will start laying. Their ages now. The Buffs are 24 weeks old, so about 6 months. The Polish are just a week younger than them at 23 weeks old, so just under 6 months old. And the Easter Acres are 20 weeks old, which makes them 5 months old. A Ghost is the one we're supposed to have an update with today, which I think I'm going to try to do as well. This is a 2 chicken operation here. I'm not sure how it's going to go. Symone is a dirty girl, and her poof needs a wash. I don't know how to wash a chicken. I've done lots of YouTube videos. I'm ready to attempt to wash this chicken's poof. It's just her poof. Her poof is disgusting. And I'm going to wash it and see if I can't maybe trim it too, which is going to be really hard because it is just me. If I don't feel comfortable trimming, I won't be doing any trimming until I have a second party to hold the chicken. I have soapy water here, and then I have a rinse water here, and then I'm going to use the sink for the final rinse to rinse the rest of the soapy soaps out of the heady head. And try not to get water in the little baby's nose or eyes, which is going to be really hard because the poof is like straight up on top of the head. This is how dirty this floof is. It's so gross. Hey. Hi. You ready? That went way better than expected. She's not winning any beauty contests. But I love her anyway. I done. All right. It's not the cleanest poof, but it's cleaner than it was. And hopefully there'll be less flies flying around your head. I returned the chicken to her flock, which happens to all be underneath the pool deck right now, so I can't get Ghost. Ghost will have to make an appearance at another time. But I did promise eggs. So I read somewhere in researching chickens that at 40 weeks is when layers start laying the normal size egg that they're going to be laying. I apologize for the lighting ahead of time, but this is the color selection of eggs I have right now. These itty bitty white ones, Polish hens. The pastel colored eggs, these 2 ones, are from Easter Acres, and the light beige one in the middle is from my Buff Orpingtons. All right, so that's it with the chicken update. I'll meet you back in the living room. So on to this episode. Well, I struggled a lot this past week. And today I had my follow-up appointment with my psychiatrist to go over the medications. Now, I see a VA psychiatrist because I am a disabled veteran. And before this appointment, I had thought to myself, oh man, what if they give me a screening? I hope I don't have any screenings. And so we get to the end of my appointment. My psychiatrist says, so we have one screening to complete. It's your depression screening. And I went, oh man. I go, well, I think I am, but all right, let's do it. And the screening itself is a series of questions, and they're multiple choice questions. So you don't really get to answer the question, but with a gauged answer like no, some of the time, most of the times, or all of the times. That's kind of the gauge that there is. And so I get this series of multiple choice questions, and a couple of them I had to answer in a way that I was like, ugh, it's going to get me a rating. And it did. When scoring in the mild range, like I did, she said that she gives her veterans the opportunity to decide whether or not they want to start antidepressants then or wait a little longer. I chose to decline the antidepressants at this time and told her that, I know I'm in a low. I know I've been battling depression because I have been working a lot on challenging my thoughts. And I know that's because I'm depressed. When I'm depressed, it's easy for me to fall into my depressive thoughts. She reminded me that should I need antidepressants or feel the need for antidepressants between now and my follow-up appointment in 3 months, that it's just a secure message away and we can work out which one I would want to be on. Personally, I'm steering clear of extra meds because they always play into each other. And it's like once you find something that works for your bipolar, you're very hard pressed to add something and risk that bipolar med not working as effectively. So I declined the antidepressants at this time, and I am going to focus on all of the mental health work that I have been working on. I have also noticed, reviewing the past 2 weeks, which is what that questionnaire is on, that in the past 2 weeks, there have been issues that I haven't really acknowledged being issues yet. Like not being hungry is a big problem for me right now. And I have to force myself to eat something, and it's getting harder and harder to force myself to eat something. That and finding that it's almost like missing time. Like I start my day the same way every day, which is now jogging. But after that jogging, I lose a chunk of time, and sometimes I don't even know where that time went because I was either zoning out or just not mindful of what is going on, and really not have it. It's almost like a dissociation, and nothing is going on. I'm completely disassociated. And so I know that getting up in the morning, jogging helps me. That is that thing in the morning that I get up and do. It gets me out of bed first thing, but I got to stop from getting back into bed. So, or in front of the TV or with a mobile device in front of me, scrolling through social medias or videos, you know how it goes. So I'm keeping my day more scheduled. There's an alarm in my phone now to make sure that I go jogging by 8:30. I also have another alarm now set for 11:30 where I will do some intentional meditation work. And the key there is that it's intentional, that I'm not just zoning out all day and then telling myself I meditated. Oh, I didn't zone, I meditated. No, meditation is intentional, it's mindful, it's non-judgmental. And that's what I need to remember about mindfulness and meditation, is that all of the components need to be there for it to be true mindfulness. So I have that 11:30 alarm. And then I'm trying to also make sure that anytime I feel stagnant, like I suddenly feel I've been sitting too long, if this thing tells me I've been sitting too long, then it's time to go outside and do something with the chickens. Maybe it's hand feed them some mealworms, because that's always fun. It's always a little disconcerting when they're pecking at your hand. Maybe it's just chicken care. Maybe it's just, maybe it's coop cleaning. Maybe it's yard work. Maybe it's gardening. Whatever it is, I need to take myself outside and immerse myself in the outside for a little bit. These are the things that are going to keep me out of the deeper than mild depression. Fingers crossed. Now, these are the things that I'm doing to be proactive against my own depression. Your go-to fix-it list may be different. Mine is this way because I've spent a lot of time on my mental health. I've spent a lot of time with meditation. And right now I'm spending a lot of time in meditation because I'm working on my intuitivity, my intuitiveness. I don't know if any of those are words, but that's what I'm working on. So those are my thoughts on this mild depression that I've just been diagnosed with, that I already felt going on, but did not really want to call it out for what it was. Dealing with depression has become easier for me, but it will never be an easy thing to deal with. Nobody likes to be depressed. Nobody likes to have uncomfortable feelings. Nobody likes to sit and have no feelings at all. In past, being told that I qualified for having a mild depression at this point in time due to an assessment would have crumbled me. It would have created a chain reaction in my brain that took out the little tape and put it in the tape player that said, "You're worthless, you can't do anything right, you're such a failure." And the berating would begin. And this time was different. This time was almost a pause, a reflect, a sadness. I had myself a good cry. And it helped because I allowed that disappointed feeling to go ahead and be felt and be accepted and be able to move on. Yes, I'm disappointed that I am yet again battling depression, but I do also know that I have amazing times. And there are times in my life where my life is so joyful and so uplifting. This moment in time just is not one of those times, but it doesn't mean those times aren't coming again. And I know I'm going to be in the thick of all of my friends soon. Knowing that I have things coming up helps me to put into perspective that this particular feeling of depression and feeling yuck isn't going to last forever. If you're struggling, please call 988. That hotline has saved my life a couple of times. I hope you use it if you struggle. There's been times in my life where I didn't have anybody else to call but that hotline. And each time they helped me figure out, or at least start to develop my own plan as to how I was going to handle my own crisis. If you struggle, please call 988. And as always, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. And until next time, light and love, friends.